Hi everyone, thank you so much for making your time today. Today this will be the info session for the UOL, University of London, regarding the Graduate Diploma as well as the MSc in Professional Accountancy. So today we have Dr. Zhang here with us today. We'll be doing this session. Over to you, Dr. Zhang.
Thank you, Ash. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for spending time with me. And today I would like to share with you some study opportunities at postgraduate level. These qualifications and programs are designed and are offered by University of London at the SIM. First of all, let me give you some background introduction about the University of London. Right. I'm sure that you have heard about University of London. And UOL, that's what Singaporeans call it, is not a stranger to Singaporeans or Singapore society. Even you tune in outside Singapore, I think you must have heard about University of London. UOL, University of London, is one of the oldest university in the United Kingdom, one of the largest in the United Kingdom and probably in the world. And it has more than 150 years of history, founded in 1836. And it has alumni all over the world, more than 180 countries. And how does the program is offered and conducted around the world? We call this University of London Worldwide Program. So how does it work is that it has more than 30 accredited teaching centers globally. And these teaching centers, they are recognized by University of London as the teaching center for the University of London programs. And SM is one of the oldest of the teaching center and is the largest teaching center in the world, which is something that we are very, very proud of. And at the moment, while I'm speaking, we have more than 50,000 London studied in different parts of the world annually. So what is our role? Well, these degrees that I'm going to share with you today, they are, I would say, a joint effort created by three parties. First is the University of London. It is the degree awarding body. Okay, so your degree will be awarded by the University of London. And then, what do you study? The syllabus, the contents, the examinations, these are from what we call the academic institutions or member institutions. Okay, so there are two member institutions that are behind the two programs that I'm going to introduce to today. The first is called the London School of Economics and Political Science, and the other one is called University College London, UCL. So what is our role as a teaching center? We will be responsible to teach the syllabus, teach the contents, to guide the students through the whole process, and then work together with students to such as career, such as student activities, etc. So first, I want to introduce the LSE, London School of Economics and Political Science, to you. I myself is a graduate from LSE. So whenever I introduce LSE, I feel institution has about 10 students, and it has more than 100 years of history, founded in 1895. And it is the second best, ranked as second globally for the study and research of social sciences. So social sciences includes economics, science, politics, geography, psychology, etc. So LSE is the second best place in the world behind Harvard University. Okay, it's better than Cambridge, better than Oxford. Okay, so we are very, very proud of these achievements. Is the second globally, ranked as second globally for social sciences. It has produced world-leading research. Many of its research actually changes the world, change the way we look at the world, we understand the world. And the institution has produced 36 Nobel Prize winners. UCL is another highly reputable, highly ranked institutions of the University of London colleges or government institutions. It is actually the first university in England welcome students from any religion, welcome and university educations to the university education. In fact, when we talk about University of London, actually, the first government institution of University of London is UCL. And it's highly ranked, top 10 in the world based on QS ranking in 2001, top 16 based on Times Higher Education ranking in 2021. So why study UOL program at SIM? I think this is, whenever students ask me, I think this is a very easy question that I will answer. First of all, UOL degrees are highly recognized, and SIM and UOL government institutions, we have very close collaborations, and we are the largest teaching center for UOL. In fact, we are the only regional center for UOL. So what does it mean? University of London, they established regional education centers in different part of region, but somehow they only have one regional center in the world, and that is at SIM. And our UOL degree graduates, they do very well in their in terms of a career, employments. They find job easily, and a lot of them excel in their respective fields. And obviously, we offer modern tuition and teaching on campus. We offer things such as career guidance, student activities, and many competitions, etc., etc. So we offer a kind of full-fledged campus environment to our students. Now, what is our secret sauce? We are proud to say that the biggest asset we have is our long-serving, dedicated, experienced lecturers. Later, I'm going to share with you some of the track records that we have broken year after year after year, to the extent that I got so worried because it's not sustainable. So how is that possible for us to break records year after year after year in academic achievements? Behind that is the people, the team of lecturers we have. So we have a team of many long-serving. I myself, when I'm speaking, actually, I count how many years that I have been teaching for the University of London program, and this comes to 19 years. So next year will be my 20th years. And many of our lecturers, not only they are teaching at SIM, they also support institutions such as, SUSS, SMU, NUS, NTU, etc. I myself also actively contributing NUS for its undergrad and postgrad program. And as the largest teaching center for UOL in the world, we obviously receive, I would say, a lot of attention, disproportionate resources given to us by the UOL. Whenever they have academics who need to take a look at how our students are doing, and obviously they will come to SIM as a priority, because at SIM they will be able to see most number of students, with one visit. Okay, so our students are very lucky in this regard. That is our achievements. This something makes me really nervous and stressful because I am responsible for it. So year after year after year, this is already 9th year in a row, we have been producing more and more and more and more first-class honors, distinctions, top pairs, awards for academic achievements, commendations, etc. So as I have shared with you, I am proud of our achievement. The reason behind that is that we have a team of dedicated lecturers, committed lecturers, and of course, our facilities are notched. If you have, when things are back to normal and you come to SIM, you can immediately feel the convenience, you can feel the comforts, the kind of conducive environments that you will have for your degree. Okay, and this is very much different compared to if you were to study different places. Anyway, you will experience that when you visit our campus. So let me start with the information about Master of in Professional Accountancy, and then after that I will look at the Postgraduate Diploma. So this degree is very unique. Okay, first of all, it is only for ACCA affiliates or members. All right, so if you don't have an ACCA qualification, you are not qualified to apply it. Next year, okay, this year still restrict the qualification for ACCA members only. Okay, so once you already have ACCA qualification, in order to graduate from this master's program, what you need are just 2 modules. Okay, the first is called Global Issues of Financial Professional, and the other one is Strategic Financial Projects. 2 modules, none of them without any, all of them, both modules are assessed based on coursework and your projects. Okay. And if you study this program full-time, all right, you can complete it in 6 months. If it's taken part-time, then it will take a year. So let me just give you a basic, very quick introduction of first module. Taught the members. Okay, so it's theoretical. It offers alternative perspective in the understanding of financial professionals. You talk about things such as sustainability, harmonization of accounting standards, financial risk management, etc., etc. Okay. And the next module is called Strategic Financial Projects. So, where masters is in objective of this module is to give the student the experience to conduct research projects. And obviously, before you are told to do the research, you will be taught how to conduct research. So part 1 of this module is all about business research methods. Okay, and then thereafter, part 2. So part 1 will take about 50% of the time. So that's about 11 weeks of time that you will study how to conduct business research. And thereafter, you will activities that will take 6 weeks. And lastly, next 5 weeks, you will go on to do your projects. Okay. Now, there are a lot of advantages regarding the study at SIM. I think the reason that we are the largest teaching center for UOL in the world is a self-explanatory. One of the main reasons that we are the largest is our underpinning philosophy. Okay, we always go beyond what UOL needs our student to learn. Okay, so we know what our students' strengths and weaknesses are, and we will design the programs that will strengthen, things that they don't have. Okay, and then we'll further develop the things that already have and that are useful either as a career development or as an academic pursuit. All right. Say, for example, regardless of whether you are full-time or part-time students for this MSc Professional Accountancy, you would need to take, as a compulsory requirement now, you need to take statistics and data analytic workshop. This is compulsory. Why? Because we know that you will be asked to conduct business research method, but research method is really a collection of statistics plus some formats of research. And we understand that most of ACCA students have not studied statistics in a formal way. In other words, they don't really understand what statistics is all about. So therefore, we know they don't have this area of understanding, and we require them to take this particular workshop before they start the business research method. And for all part-time and full-time students, we want them to take this compulsory professional communication, academic writing, and oral presentation workshop. Why? Because, first of all, the two modules that you need to take are assessed 100% based on coursework and projects. Okay. And obviously, we know your English is good, but I think we want your English to be better, because the better you can write, you can present, the higher will be your academic achievements, and then the higher will be your career you will be able to go. So we know in today's world, the importance of communication, I think you understand, is really, will distinguish yourself from your competitors or your colleagues. Okay, so we strengthen these two aspects, statistics and professional communication, to all our full-time and part-time MSc professional accountancy students. But if you study full-time, okay, and there will be a lot more for you, okay, you will have things such as professional developments in cross-culture and cross-culture communication training, and we will arrange ACCA learning journey, career advisory from us, okay, and these will basically, we think, will maximize your learning over the 6 months that when you are with us. So this is a snapshot of the academic writing skill conducted by Dr. Sunny Goh. And Sunny used to work for Straits Times as an editor, and he's also a passionate educator. So our students has benefited from his teaching in the last couple of years in this area of work, and that is the business statistics. Okay, so let me show you a snapshot of the timetable. So this is a part-time for part-time students. Okay, so for part-time students, you will start when for the direct intake, you start with the strategic business projects. Okay, SFP, right? And the module is taught over the weekend. Okay, on Saturday. And thereafter, you will follow by, from January, followed by the global issues of finance professionals. And this is a snapshot of the full-time students, full-time program timetable. As you can see from here, they will need to study 5 days a week, and Tuesday to Saturday, every day, you got something to do. So we have actually arranged for them things such as business analytic, one thing that we are immensely proud of is our track records in academic excellence. We have done very well for our undergrad programs, and obviously we do equally well for this particular MSc programs. For example, 25% achieve a distinction for this strategic financial projects, about a quarter of them. Okay, in the world, only 7%. So we are way ahead of the world average. 100% passing rate for the other module called Global Issue for Finance Professionals since it starts. And in 2020, we have 28% of all graduates achieve the master's with distinction. Okay. So far, I only heard about one student for so many years that we are running this program. I only heard of one student who graduated with a pass grades for this master's, and the rest are all merits or distinction. And like the academics from the LC, they visit us, and academics from UCL, University College London, they visit us frequently. One of the main reasons is because, as I have shared with you, we are the largest center in the world, and here they will be able to see most of students studying on campus. So I share with you the entry requirement. This is only for ACCA affiliates or members, and some of the ACCA members they have obtained the qualification for more than 5 years, and obviously there will be additional requirements from UCL for them to meet in order to apply for this MSc, and the two additional requirements are, first of all, CPD hours is complete, and secondly, you will need to take an online preparation course through Coursera. Okay, now let me share with you some information about graduate diplomas. So graduate diplomas are awarded by the University of London, and they are developed by the LC, the London School of Economics and Political Science. So at the moment, we have these graduate diplomas on offer, and they are graduate diploma in business analytics, graduate diploma in data science, graduate diploma in economics, graduate diploma in finance, in management and digital innovations. And some of these diplomas are only available on full-time basis, and except the three, finance, management and digital innovation, they are available both full-time and part-time. So as a show, okay, so graduate diploma is designed for those graduates who already have a basic, have undergrad degree, and they would like to have an additional qualification, but do not want to commit to a full second degree. And through the graduate diploma, they will be asked to study the core essential components of the discipline. Essentially, actually, they will take, so for one degree, a student will need to take 12 courses, and for graduate diploma, they will need to take 4 essential courses that kind of represents the particular field of studies. So here are some of the specific information about the graduate diplomas. So I would like to just to say that these two graduate diplomas, they're increasingly popular. One is called business analytics, the other one is called data science. And the main difference between the two is that business analytics is not as technical, whereas for data science is more technical, theoretical, and abstract. Okay. Good thing about these two graduate diplomas is actually most of the courses required or modules inside the graduate diplomas has components of coursework. Okay. Other graduate diplomas, all the examinations, all the assessments is 100% based on examination. But for these two graduate diplomas, the courseworks are, they will be assessed as one form of assessment. So these are the rest of graduate diplomas: diploma in finance, in management, and digital innovation. So as I have shared with you, you typically would take 4 units. Say, for example, graduate diploma in finance, and you will need to take 2 compulsory units: asset pricing and financial markets, and principle of corporate finance, and then 2 further units from the chosen units shown here, either financial reporting, auditing and assurance, valuation, security analysis, financial intermediation, investment management, quantitative finance. So I think today I have one of my graduate diploma, Jin Su. Later she will share with you her experience from studying graduate diploma in finance. And if you have anything you want to share, with her, I think you can ask directly from her. And let me continue now. So this is graduate diploma in economics. So for economics, you will need to study these 3 compulsory units. They are elements of econometrics, macroeconomics, microeconomics, and plus 300 units economics units. Right. So what are the entry requirements for graduate diplomas? First of all, you need to have a minimum of a degree with a minimum of 3-year duration. Okay, that would be the I would say the most important entry requirements. And secondly, you must have satisfied O-level English at C6 or better, O-level mathematics at C6 or better. Okay, but if you want to apply for data science graduate diploma, there are additional requirements in terms of mathematics competencies. So you must have studied in your undergrad degree things such as algebra, algorithms, business mathematics, etc., etc. Okay, so for the detailed information, you can check later from our website or talk to our staff available to talk to you. Okay. Right. Let me continue with some additional admin matters, and then we will have Jinsu to share with you her experience. So now, at the end of the course, a graduate will expect to receive the following two qualifications. One is a certificate from URL, and the other one is the statements of academic completion from SIM. I want to emphasize the importance of the second piece of certificates that is increasingly become more and more important because students elsewhere, they can study some of the programs online. For example, MSc Professional Accountancy, students can actually study online directly with URL, whereas some students, they actively choose to study the qualification at SIM through the teaching center. And some employers, they recognize the merits, the benefits of studying face-to-face based on an institution support mode. And students who go through that mode, they will need to demonstrate or signal or prove that they have gone through a face-to-face support instead of self-study. And that piece of certificates from SIM will become very important when it comes to job interview, etc. This is the estimated fees for graduate diploma. Overall, it will cost about $11,500. The fees includes SIM program fees, URL registration fee, and URL examination fees. And the fees for MSc Professional Accountancy, depending on what you, as a part-time or full-time students, for part-time program, that will cost about $13,400. And for full-time, it is more expensive, about $7,200. But nowadays, if you say you spend less than $20,000 for MSc qualification, that is, I would say, is unbelievable. Okay, normally MSc qualification will cost at least $25,000 to $30,000. Yeah, remember the application deadline for graduate diploma. The deadline will be 10th August if you are local students, and 1st August if you are an international student. For MSc Professional Accountancy, 24 May for local, and 30 April for international, and that is for the full-time. Okay, for part-time, it'll be 24 May. Let me, before I forget, so this current syllabus, where students only study 2 modules for MSc Professional Accountancy, will be discontinued from next year onward. Okay, so this year and the next January, I think, will be the last round that the old syllabus will be run. And from next year onward, there will be new syllabus, and that new syllabus will require students to take, obviously, I think, if not wrong, 4 to 6 modules instead of 2. So if you want to benefit from the current simple structure, you better decide it now. So July intake for part-time MSc Professional Accountancy will be the last intake that SIM is going to run. Yeah, that's all I have shared. I have prepared and to share with you. And now I will stop sharing from my end, and I would like to invite Graduate Diploma alumni, Jing Shu, from West. Jing Shu is a medical, if I recall correctly, I think when I met her, she was a bit worried because she was from a background that totally unrelated the graduate diploma that she chose to study. I think she took a graduate diploma in finance, and that time I met her, And yeah, so Jinsu, I can't remember much detail about your background, etc. I remember I had met you before, and we have, I think, 2 consultations, and you share some of your information with me. But will you want to give our audience a quick introduction of yourself?
Sure. Thank you, Dr. John. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Can you all hear me? Hello.
I can.
You can hear me, right? Okay, good. Because I think connection is a bit poor at my side. Yeah, my name is Sue. Thanks for introduction. I'm working with a local property developer, City Development Limited, as a senior manager in sales and marketing, property development division. My core area is residential property development in Singapore. So prior to my study at SIM, I held a bachelor degree in medicine, which was acquired in China. So yeah, you might be wondering that why I decided to study finance out of sudden and then to pursue this graduate diploma. Should I continue or?
Yeah, yes.
All right, because I'm a bit worried.
I'm very interested about your story. You have just given me something that I have not you did not share with me. Why do you want to choose the graduate diploma in finance? And in fact, I didn't know you're from China, and I thought you study math in Singapore. And yeah, property obviously in Singaporean dreams to get rich quick, and I would say it's equally glamorous as some of our graduates working in things such as investment banking, management consultancy. Yeah, so tell us more about what is the motivation for you to study this graduate diploma. And obviously, I thought you probably have did some research before you finally settled with this particular graduate diploma. And what are the reasons behind your decision to choose this particular graduate diploma? And eventually tell me how, I'm very interested to know, okay, what do you feel about the experience and what have you learned, etc. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Why finance? I think it's largely related to what I do and my work. As I grew my career in real estate industry, because all in all, I spent about 10 years in this industry, I got involved in the company's fund management and business divestment. One of the well-known examples in the industry is profit participation securities, or in short, PPS, which to simplify is that we securitize a residential asset to a group of local investors. And also on a regular basis, I too engage proactively with the company's private clients to showcase the strength of company's portfolio of products and to validate their investment in the company. So I had a concern because I have no finance background. So this has triggered me to acquire some solid finance knowledge, which I think I can probably apply in real estate industry. So that is the major motivation that to trigger me to study at least in finance industry. But then comes to the next question, why graduate diploma? Actually, I aim to study in, of course, a reputable school and to acquire a fundamental finance knowledge instead of what you probably can learn and practice from a relevant field of a master degree study from some other institutions. Of course, the reasons I think Dr. John just now shared enough that about the school. Modules I selected were investment management, corporate finance, asset pricing, and financial market. Of course, on top of those compulsory modules. I spent 2 years instead of 1 to complete this program, as I have a busy full-time job to juggle, and also I did spend some time on fundamental learning of accounting basic, which is not part of the modules I study and took exam, but I think that's equally important as well. So that explains why I spent 2 years to complete this diploma. Yeah, and of course I find knowledges like, especially for like corporate finance, those like financial structure, debt finance, equity finance, and all these, I can apply at work as well. So all in all, I think it is a very fruitful learning and experience. And I have to thank you, Dr. Zhang, for tailor-made this program for me, because while with no fundamental knowledge at all in finance, it's I have to say it's hard or almost impossible for me to study financial reporting and some other modules like security analysis without fundamental knowledge of accounting. That's how you tailor-made this program for me to start from some basic learning of accounting first. Then for second year, I will choose what module I want to continue for my second year. So I appreciate for that.
Now I remember, yes. Yeah, I think I recommend you to take POA.
Right.
Principal accounting. Yeah, I think I asked permission for you to audit, to sit in the POA classes to accumulate some essential accounting background, and before you move on to take valuation, right?
Right.
Yeah, yes. So
yes.
I say the valuation, speculative analysis requires some understanding in accountancy, in accounting rules, principles, basic techniques. So without that, I mean, it will not maximize your learning experience. So actually, Jinshu, instead of taking 4 modules or 4 courses required for your graduate diploma, you have took 5.
Yes, but
actually, one is
without exam.
Yeah, this is without examination. So these are the things that we these are the things that we will do for our students. We go beyond the basics. We'll look at your weakness, strengths, and then we'll design things that will suit you the best so that you can maximize your learning quality and the results. And I hope your experience will benefit you in terms of your career pursuit or your own personal interest development.
Yeah, I think it did.
Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Yeah, so I think my colleague Heath and Ash, I think we have shared the informations that we prepared to share with our prospects or audience. And if you have questions regarding the MSc Professional Accountancy or the Graduate Diplomas, you can type your questions through the other platform, or maybe you can, if I'm not so sure whether you can ask the questions through the mic.
Jenny, they will be able to type their questions in the chat box. But
that would be great.
Yeah, but not able to use the mic.
Okay, so if you got questions that you want us to answer you, please feel free to type it, and we will address it. Oh, no questions. Yeah, so far no questions. I want to thank Jinshu again. Thank you very much for spending a Saturday afternoon with us and to share your experience with our students. And thank you very much. I think it's always very important that we have our, the real graduates to share the experience with our students, because that will give them a more, close understanding, a taste of what a program is all about. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
So, can we probably we want to stay a while, or we want to close the briefing?
Okay, we have a question here that yours are Jenny, I think your connection is a little bit weak just now, so you broke up at certain parts. Will the video be uploaded elsewhere for access afterwards? Ash, will you be able to answer this?
Okay, the video will be accessible up on the portal itself. Let me check with my technical side on when it will be up, so that at least we can give you a more formal answer.
Are there any more questions?
I think Dr. Zhang's presentation has been very clear today. That's why I think everyone's question seems to be answered and all. But we do have quite a substantial amount. We have participants coming in and they're sincere with us from the beginning. So thank you so much everyone for spending your Saturday afternoon in Singapore time if you're in Singapore. But if you're overseas, thank you so much for joining and spending your Saturday with us as well. If you have any questions, you can always head to if let's say it's program related, you can head to the events portal which you are viewing this from to talk to the consultation booth with our UOL program specialists. They will be able to answer your questions as well. Maybe the questions have not come to you currently. Maybe, after some pondering, you'll have some questions. You can head to the booth and ask the program specialist. Yeah.